Welcome back to the A.S.S podcast. We are at the Macabre Tattoo Festival, and I'm here with my boy Rob.
What up?
Rob, why don't you tell the good people who you are, what you do?
I'm Rob. I sell tattoo supplies. Well, I make tattoo stuff.
Yeah, so you fabricate them yourself?
Yeah, some. Yeah.
Like with your own hands? You're in there like barehanding it?
Yeah.
Is that sanitary?
I wear gloves.
Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. You're not just a tattoo fabricator.
No, I own Electrum Supply, Electrum Ink. Just started a print company a little while ago. Doing lots of shit with regulations and government shit. Secret stuff I can't really talk about. I might have to kill you.
No, that's fine, man. Sometimes I want to die. When you started this company, like how long ago was that now?
13 years ago.
Yeah.
2012, yeah.
Yeah. How have you seen the company change in the last couple years?
Business has been challenging the last couple of years, that's for sure. We had a pretty good growth streak, you know. I don't know what happens. I guess eventually you hit a ceiling and it gets really hard to grow more, you know. I have trouble understanding how deep the tattoo pool actually is, you know what I mean, on a global basis.
Sure.
You hear these things like it's a $3 billion+ a year industry, but it's like, where's it all at?
It's in a bunch of artists who aren't claiming on their taxes.
I think it's all in China.
Or China, yeah.
A lot of it's in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of your fabrication and stuff, does it come from China?
Some.
Have you felt that, the tariffs? In the tariff
Oh,
world?
yeah. I've been feeling it since 2018, really.
Oh, really?
People just started talking about it. It just kind of got mainstream news on this second Trump administration, but it was here since 2018.
Got it.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that.
Oh, yeah. We've been paying 25% tariffs on tattoo needles since 2018.
Dang, dude,
Steel,
I had no
man.
idea.
Medical steel.
Well, let's liven the mood. We were talking earlier.
Oh, about our podcast stuff?
Yeah, man. Because you didn't mention that in your long list of things you do.
Well, yeah.
He didn't mention the adult films he makes.
Yeah.
None of that stuff, man.
The OnlyFans is underground now. Don't talk about that anymore.
Okay, sorry about that. We can cut it.
Yeah, I'm over 50 now. It's not cool anymore.
Oh, it's maybe cooler. You know what I mean?
No, but yeah, I do a podcast, The Business of Tattooing, which stemmed from the Business of Tattooing articles that I write in Skin and Ink magazine, which I've been doing that for, I think this is my 4th year now writing in Skin and Ink magazine. I have quite a bit of published articles now. I'm an author too. I even have coloring books that I made.
Really? Yeah, that's funny. We've always wanted to do that. You actually do that?
Yeah, I have like 7 coloring books on Amazon now.
That's amazing.
Yeah. The last coloring book I did was a Grand Theft Auto kind of a vibe. Yeah.
All right.
It's called Cars and Criminals.
Okay, yeah.
It's just tattooed thugs with machine guns and
That's
cool cars.
amazing.
Yeah.
So with your podcast, man, so do you keep a theme like that? You keep it right to business?
Well, I really wanted to start writing an article in Skin and Ink magazine because I felt something that was really missing in the industry was, everybody talks about tattoos, obviously, right? It's like the act of tattooing. You know, how did you do that tattoo? What kind of products do you use? What's your favorite style of tattoo? You know, all the common questions that everybody talks about. But nobody ever talks about, like, how do you run a good shop? How do you plan for retirement as a tattoo artist? How do I become financially savvy and don't go out and piss my money away and I'm making good money, but I don't have any money in my savings account type of shit. You know what I mean? I wanted to write and kind of share, because I consider myself a pretty fiscally responsible person, you know? Like, I save a certain amount of money every time I get paid, you know? I just make sure that I'm setting myself up so I can retire someday. I don't want to have to work the rest of my life. And I don't want to see any of my friends have to do that either, you know? And also, tattoo artist's job is very, you could not be working tomorrow. You never know when your career could end short. So tattoo artists especially have to have a backup plan, I felt like, you know? So I started writing Business of Tattooing articles in Skin and Ink to basically pass along my business knowledge, you know, like how to be a better business person.
You're pulling all this information in. Do you plan on consolidating all your knowledge after a while and like regrouping it? Like packaging it if like a seminar form or?
Well, we've talked about doing like a book with all the published articles in it, or I guess I'm kind of, I don't know, man. My interests change all the time, you know. I don't know if it's ADHD or what the it is really, but like I've always got a million things that I want to do all the time, and I usually stay pinpoint focused on things for a little bit of time, and then I'll get bored with something, and then I got to move on to something different. You know what I mean? But I'm really enjoying doing the podcast now, and I can see myself doing that for a long time because it's just interesting to have good conversations with my friends. You know, I've made so many friends in the industry over the years, and I just, like right now, I'm reconnecting with all the artists that I used to travel with, 15 years ago, who I haven't seen in 10 years or even talked to. I got my buddy Kevin Beckvar coming on the podcast next week, and I haven't seen him since the last show we traveled. It's been 10 years probably. So I'm really looking forward, because we got a lot of good stories, man. We met the Dos Equis guy together. Ran into this dude in a bar one night, and I got pictures of that shit. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious. Yeah, yeah.
And he was drinking a Budweiser.
It's kind of on brand. We were talking about trying to get the wagon going.
Yeah.
And traveling. And do you have any plans to do that?
I sold it.
Oh, you did sell it?
Yeah, I sold that.
Oh, will you ever plan on buying another one?
Yeah, I would like to.
Taking the green on the road, man?
Yeah, dude, it'd be fun. Well, I've always wanted to do a road show. So, like, when we did Electrum Inc., I was like, let's get a tour bus and do, let's just follow Villain Arts around. Instead of getting a booth in the show, we'll just park the bus out in the parking lot and we'll tattoo out in the parking lot. You know what I mean? Of course, that's a lot of money to do that. It's $100,000 at least for a tour bus.
Yep.
And then
the bands rent them.
And then you got to deck it out. And then you got to pay a driver to drive the fucker all year.
Man, I think that the road thing sounds really fun, especially because we were talking about on your podcast, most of your guests, or if not almost all your guests, do it through Zoom, right?
Yeah, Zoom.
And then when we talked last year about doing each other's shows, I was like, man, I really want you to be in front of me. I want to feel, I want to feel you, man. You know what I mean?
Feel me.
Sexually, you know what I'm talking about? Look at that. Yeah. All burnt Reynolds and shit.
I'm there. So,
getting people in their own environments or out of their own environments for what you're doing, as opposed to a show like mine where we're talking about anything and everything,
Yeah.
I usually derail the conversation with aliens once in a while. But I think having yours, it's valuable, man. I really take a lot from it.
Well, I mean, that's a good idea because, like I was saying, with the business of tattooing, I mean, of course we all love tattoos. I mean, but we talk about tattoos all the time. But what the does Adam Stoner do when he's not tattooing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do all these artists do when they're not at conventions or when they're not at their tattoo shop? You got wife, you got kids, you go to soccer games with your kids. Mm-hmm. Are you a churchy person? Do you play sports? I mean, there's many layers to everybody that we know, but we never peel back the layer that goes beyond the tattoo layer very often, right?
Right.
So that's where I think that's a good spin that you do because, yeah, dude, talk about aliens because just like what you were talking about earlier, you were like, who were you talking about? The musician that you were interviewing?
Oh, my buddy Jason.
Yeah, and you're like, you talk about music all the fucking time. I don't want to talk about music.
Exactly.
Let's talk about something different.
Yeah, you've been on 1,000 podcasts.
Yeah, because what are you going to ask him that he hasn't already been asked 50,000 times?
Yeah.
But you're right, though, because I thought about the same thing. I was going to call it Art Venture.
Yeah, that's cool.
I had that one for a while, Electrum Art Venture, when I was going to take the bus on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm going to just pull this fucker up in front of people's tattoo shops, go in, to a tour of their shop, sit down, do a podcast interview. All right, that's all the tattooing time we got now. Let's hit the fucking trails. Let's go eat some fucking good food.
Yeah.
Let's go get into your fucking life and do some shit. You want to go paint a picture? What the fuck you want to do?
That gets me going on the other idea that I had, and I wish I would have done this a while ago, especially with my last shop, The Rue, because it was wild in there, But having like a Cribs episode about tattoo shops.
Yeah.
And you just see inside these people's shops, showcase all their artwork. If you did that and then had a podcast and it was like, here's the commerce side of what we do, here's the artistic side of what we do, now here's the man that makes it go. And his decision, like you said, what decisions is an artist making during the day to get that idea for that tattoo or how they tattoo,
right,
or their mindset of how they even go about being an artist in general, you know what I mean? I just think that that's a really cool to delve into,
I think it goes back to what you were talking about, the guy that has the stogie, right?
Yeah, bacon bits.
You got to carve that. You got to find that. You just can't do the same shit that everybody else is doing. You'll never.
Well, and nothing's new under the sun, It's like nothing we're doing is original. The original idea that I had for A.S.S was to have me do tattoos, which I'll plan on doing tomorrow, my buddy John. But I'm doing a tattoo. I'm tattooing you. We're talking the whole time. The camera zooms in on your face every time you flinch. You know what I mean? We kind of make a fun thing out of it. And at the end of the episode, I wipe it off and reveal what I did. So people either will just fast forward to the end to see my portfolio, or they get to know the guy and hear his ideas on religion or whatever we're going to talk about. Yeah. We'll completely forget that there's a camera on us. Mm-hmm. And then we can get a real reaction to some of these topics, you know?
No, another idea that I had, I was like, I just want to go park right next to a homeless person on a curb, stick a pair of headphones on them, and get their whole fucking life story. Bro, there's some crazy stories just sitting out there on the street corners, bro.
We're in Kentucky. Let's go do it.
Some crazy shit, dude.
That guy looks homeless. Let's use him.
There are some really interesting people in the world. That's the point. You know, like, if you just stop and have a conversation with a stranger, you're going to learn some really cool shit about people. Everybody's got a cool backstory. You watch Soft White Underbelly?
No.
Oh, you got to fucking check it out, dude.
Okay.
Soft White Underbelly. It's people telling their stories. It's like gangsters, drug addicts, prostitutes, strippers, white supremacists, preachers. I mean, every fucking walk of life.
Amazing.
People just telling their fucking life story. It's gotten a lot of controversy though because they're saying the guy's exploiting people and blah blah whatever. But
are you exploiting people, or are they afraid of looking at the underbelly, no pun intended, of society that they don't want to know? If we put value in people that society deems not valuable, what does that do for society? The conversation is what needs to happen.
The first podcast I did, I just had one of those. I still have it. It's I don't even remember. It's like a task cam. Just this little handheld task cam recorder thing.
Huh.
You can plug 2 microphones in the back of it, and that's when we were doing the Electrum Radio podcast, and we were just doing exactly this, going to shows, setting the booth up, putting the headphones on, and just talking shit with tattoo artists. You know.
I think it's great, man.
But it was still the same concept, you know. It was like, I don't want to talk about tattoos. We've been talking about tattoos all weekend. Let's talk about your dildo collection. For some reason, when tattoo artists, well, a lot of tattoo artists aren't talking about tattoos. They want to talk about sex.
You know what I think it is? There is no sex in tattooing. You know, there's a lot of beautiful men and women getting tattooed at this convention right now. And I've seen a couple breasts out. I've seen legs all the way up. There's no sex in tattooing.
No.
You have flesh. What we do is we just close ourselves off to feeling that way or having any kind of emotion like that. And then as soon as we raise the barrier up, we just turn full. Like it's like we dam it up and then we release the water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm assuming, I guess, but because you're right. Everyone's a pervert in this industry, dude.
Well, I wouldn't.
Especially that guy.
Yeah.
Picorino tattooing next to me.
You gotta
right
watch him. You can't turn your back to him for too long.
That's why he tattoos too fast, because he can't keep that dam up.
That's one reason why I love the tattoo industry so much, is because it's a pretty safe place. You know what I mean? Like, to be who you want to be. People don't get so offended in this space, you know? It's nice because I think people generally want to talk about sex, but you don't talk about sex with your just normal friends. You know what I mean? It just doesn't come up.
Yeah, and if you do, there's normally some weird reason why you're talking about it.
Which is so weird because it's like a primal instinct and like...
Well, I think it comes down to the psychology too, like why kids are so uncomfortable talking to their parents about it. You know, growing up when you have the questions.
Yeah.
And I tell my kids, I'm like, if I'm not the person to talk to about it, I will not judge you for anything, any question you have out of this entire world. When you leave the house, no one cares about you like I care about you, like your parents do, you know? It's like I'm the one to talk to about it. So yeah, it's funny how your close friends don't. But yeah, tattoo artists, I mean, you crack open one drink after a convention and everyone talks about.
You find out who's got feet fetishes and all kinds of weird shit.
You know? Try to recruit you to the room.
Hey.
I got this stuff from Electrum. Let me put it on your feet.
You know, I always think like, what can I give back to the industry? Like you were talking, you know, like the nice thing about doing a podcast is it kind of gives you an immortal voice, right? Like this content that you put on YouTube or a podcast channel, it's going to be there forever.
Well, until it goes black.
Right.
And at that point, that's why I think it's beautiful when people like us make these kind of like things, that be it a show or a long form, because your podcast is long form. I'm like, let's wrap this up in 20 minutes, you know?
We're already over.
Yeah, I'll edit it down. It's all good. Consistency. You've been really working on being consistent with your podcast.
Yeah.
That is the one thing where my life keeps just boomeranging me out of it.
I record every Tuesday. I publish the episode every Wednesday. It has to be done. Even if I have to stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning to get the episode done because I had a full day of work on Wednesday. I got to edit it. I got to post it. It's got to be up on Wednesday. Also, I'm posting 9 shorts a week on YouTube. So, and I have those all scheduled, you know. But with that being said, I just take the Gary Vaynerchuk methodology, right? And Gary says, don't give a f what you're making. Just make f***ing content and post content. Doesn't f***ing matter if it's 20 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's an hour. It doesn't matter if you're talking about the brand new pair of green socks you bought at the mall yesterday. Just f***ing make content. Who f***ing cares? You just got to post content, and you got to post content all the f***ing time. And I just started tapping into LinkedIn too, because that is a major untapped resource. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, they all have these stupid ass algorithms that you got to play by the rules with.
Yep.
That.
LinkedIn doesn't have any kind of algorithm?
I don't know if they do or not, but it's a completely different platform. It's just more business-oriented platform.
I had no idea.
There's a ton of tattoo artists on LinkedIn.
I know that people add me to my LinkedIn, and I'm like, I don't want to do your email thing.
It's not
I thought it was like an email thing.
No. It's a social media platform for entrepreneurs and business owners.
I had no idea.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm learning new shit every day.
That's what I'm telling you. It's
I love it.
Untapped, bro. See, I just tapped you in.
Yeah.
We probably shouldn't put this on the air, because then it's not going to be untapped anymore.
No one's going to watch this episode.
We got it. Yes, they will, because I'm on it.
That's right. That's right, dude.
No, nobody watches.
Yeah.
Anything. Like, you got to commit, right? You got to say, hey, I'm going to write. I'm going to get this book done by the end of the year. I need to write, I need to write 200 words every night before I go to bed. Whatever. You know what I mean? Just set a goal and do it.
I'm not coming to you clean. I'm coming to you dirty, right? Like saying things to make yourself feel better. Like, I've been working out. Are you really doing what it takes to work out, or you're working out a little bit enough to make yourself feel better, right?
I did 3 push-ups today, bro.
Being around people like you who are doing the thing and actively doing the thing, and your commitment to it, it's like, man, the prioritizing that you put into it and the effort, it's like that discipline is everything. When you work your ass off for it, we see it, I see it, to blow smoke up your podcast to ruin its autopsy. Any absolute business person at all can watch yours and pull from it.
Well, the industry's changing a lot, you know what I mean? We're going from an underground, and we've been there for a long time, you know. We're too mainstream now, you know. Big Brother's watching us. There's rules and regulations coming. The way we learn how to tattoo is going to change, you know. I mean, if the language in the FDA doesn't change, I mean, this could become an industry where you actually have to have some medical staff to be able to tattoo people, you know.
Yep.
If they don't get that injection term out of FDA language, you know, that's going to f the whole thing up. To me now, it's really important to not talk about stupid things like dildos anymore, but really talk about serious topics and, you know, educate artists on the changing landscape of the industry, because nobody wants to hear that shit. But the reality is, it's fucking knocking at our door, and the doors can't close the door on it. The foot's already in, you know what I mean?
The industry's dark and full of terrors.
Well, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. It is, but it doesn't have to stay that way. I mean, we still have enough leverage to where we can still have a voice, and we can really actually be the ones that, for the most part, shape what those regulations look like. It's like the shit rolls downhill, right? So there's a guy up at the top that's saying, hey, you got to go do something about this. That guy's never going to fucking come in here. He don't fucking know what the fuck's going on here. He just knows he told the people under him to go do some shit. They don't know what's dangerous and what's not. They have no fucking clue. So, but they also have a deadline. So if they come to you and they ask you for help and you're not willing to help them, well, then what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Same shit they did in Europe with the fucking reach regulations. And that's a shit show. You don't have to like me as a person, but you got to pay attention to what I'm putting out there, because I'm close to the firing line. You know what I mean?
You're plunging your hands into the filth so people like me can read what you've discovered. You know what I mean?
I'm going to these meetings with people. You know, I'm on these AFDO calls every month. You know, this Association of Food and Drug Officials, and I'm there in their working groups where they're talking about what's in tattooing, you guys. You know, let's break down all these ingredients. How dangerous is this stuff? They're having conversations about this every month, and they're on tattoo inks now. Next, they're going to go to aftercares. Next, they're going to go to lidocaine products. They're going to look at every fucking product that we use. They're going to put that shit under a microscope, and they're eventually going to say, yeah, you can use this. No, you can't use this. Or you can use this, but you got to take this out. You got to change that. It's the same shit they did in Europe, like with the tattoo inks there, and it just completely the whole thing up, You can't make good tattoo inks under REACH regulations. They're just garbage because they've stripped so much shit out of them. And they've done it based on reports that are not properly conducted. It's really false, skewed information that they've conducted reports on. For example, I'll tell you, there's one report. Well, so you got a cap of ink, right? They're assuming that 100% of the ink that's in that cap is going into your skin. That's I know that's not true.
Yeah, it's not true. Yeah.
Maybe 30% of what's in that cap makes it inside the skin, if even that much. Most of it gets wiped off.
Right.
So when they're analyzing these ingredients, they're saying, well, these are dangerous levels. You can't have that much of that in your skin. But they're not really analyzing the true percentage of what actually goes in.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so that's where the industry's at a disadvantage, because we have to now go out and conduct studies and tests to basically invalidate the studies and tests that they've done, so that we can get those rulings reversed and prove them wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now that burden's on us. The laws and rules are already written. Now you got to go back and try to get them unwritten.
Dang, man.
So
dang, dude.
That's what we're up against.
I felt really good before we sat down here. We were talking about all kinds of stuff.
No, but that's what I talk about on my podcast.
No, tell the people what it is, where to find it.
Business of Tattooing podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the podcast platforms.
That consistency is also professional, because you can find them everywhere.
It's everywhere.
That's right.
You might even see it on a bathroom stall somewhere.
That's actually where I wrote it today.
Tune in to the business of tattooing. Check out the articles in Skin and Ink magazine too.
Brother, thank you so much, man.
I'll see you on my podcast next.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, hope you guys like the content, because we're going to make it whether you do or you don't. Good night, guys.
Later.
There's this new trend out going right now, because I'm in the oddity world and all my oddities and stuff. A lot of my clients have brought up the idea that you can now skin people's tattoos and then put them on a canvas and give them to you.
Say what?
Yeah, people can now, like, when you die, they can skin you, and then they put your skin on a canvas, so your tattoos can live forever, like a painting.
Really?
You not seen that?
I think I maybe might have seen something maybe.
Well, I mean, I have dead bodies in all the rooms of my shop, right? Like the skeletons, or be it ashes or whatever it is.
Tried to sell one to me one time.
So we were talking about that one day, and I've had a few clients bring it up. I'm like, I don't want them. This tattoo that I'm doing for you is supposed to age. It's supposed to die with you. Be it you burn, you get buried, you get laid in a field and vultures pick it out. Like, I don't want it to live forever. The beauty of it is that it is precious. Like this conversation, we can have it again. It's never going to happen again. This is it. This is the one moment. We've made it immortal by that camera and by this recording machine, but that's the beauty of the podcast. Tattooing for me is what the gifted part, and the part of me that I've killed to make a gift for other people. It's just that. I do it for a living. It's my passion. It's my lifestyle, but it's not made to live.